I-N-I-E-M.
Empower.
Peace and love, black families. The Prince of Pan-Africanism, Dr. Umar Johnson. We live and direct, Birmingham, Alabama, Thursday, June the 18th. My debut, first time being in the city, first time speaking in the city. It was nothing but love. I want to thank all the brothers and sisters from across Alabama who came out, especially Birmingham, because this is the kingdom. This is Dr. Umar Johnson, black community's #1 school psychologist, the Prince of Pan-Africanism. Make sure you support me, drumarjohnson.com. Make those donations for the school fundraiser. Please, 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 we need that cash. GoFundMe.com/Dr. Umar. And we got the Black Boy College tour coming up, so make sure you get with that. drumarjohnson.com. One love.
Look at that, you know what I'm saying, trying to make homes and stuff, you know what I'm saying, all other stuff, you know what I'm saying, to get a whole lot of folks out of debt, what I'm saying. At the same time, like, man, bro, you know what you do it?
I got first. Come on up, my brother. Who this going to? We can make that line a little longer. Come down. And what's that name? Rodriguez. I ain't hear you. Rodriguez? Yes, sir. All right. Appreciate that, sis. Nah, I always stand. Yeah,
They told me that.
I always stand.
Okay.
I sit down, that's it.
Okay.
I could go all night till the knees fit. U.S. I never seen this film like that. Thanks for coming out, man. If we taking a picture, have y'all phones ready. Don't be waiting till you come up here. It should already be ready.
1, 2, 3.
Appreciate that. Queen, how we doing there? Come. Sure,
If you could shape or fashion the psychological mentality of our people today, how would you shape the elders, the middle age, and the youth?
One, when we talk about mindset about people, first thing we have to do is we have to shift away from the multicultural position. It's killing us. Black people are the only culture in this country who are not selfish about their survival. We absolutely are not selfish about our survival. The youth may fight each other, but totally accepting the outside culture. Same thing with the elders, same thing with the adults. We have to get away from multiculturalism. Nobody practices it. Multiculturalism is all about holding other cultures' agendas as important as your own. That's suicide, especially for people who are at the bottom of the socio-economic ladder. You cannot afford to be worrying about people's agendas who are doing better than you. Fix yourself first, and then you can go into multiculturalism if you feel religiously that's something that you have to be tied to. So that's number one, the multicultural mindset, get rid of it. Number two, the economic diarrhea in our community smells like garbage. We have to stop spending our money with non-African businesses that are not investing in the black community. The black dollar has to become stingy. Right now, the black dollar loves everybody except black people. Your dollar has to become a racist. Your dollar has to become a segregationist. Your dollar has to become exclusive to black people. Not hating anyone, but your dollar must discriminate against everyone but yourself. So that's number two. We must practice economic discrimination. Do not give black money to other people. And number three, we got to promote the black family. Got to promote the black family. Too much decentralization of the black family. What I mean by that, brothers with children, not with the queens. Obviously, I'm guilty of that. 2 daughters, we got to overcome that. We have to get married, even if it's not with our children's mother or our children's father. We got to build family, because right now the black family is under attack. You look at all the major TV shows, the Scandal, the Empire, the Basketball Wives, the reality shows. There's no strong examples of black families on TV, and in reality our children are not seeing them in everyday life. Although we do have a lot of successful black families, a lot of them escape to the suburbs, so they're not within the everyday view of black children. We got to save that family. We all we got. Black women, need to get off this feminist thing, blaming black men for their issues. Black men need to get off this blame black women situation. We in this together. We rise and fall as a people. So let's not let people from the outside come in and turn sisters against brothers, brothers against sisters. Build the family, discriminate the dollar, and kill your multiculturalism.
Do you think the government should be held accountable for the promised land, the 40 acres and a mule, some form of territory where that land is, if we were to go visit that land that they promised us during that Sherman's decree? Promised land, Virginia, Florida, Atlantic beachfront property.
Well, number one,
Okay.
that 40 acres and a mule, when
Okay.
you actually go to that
A lot of beachfront
provision.
property there too, as well.
Right, but that actually wasn't promised to every black person.
Okay.
It was only promised to certain black folk, in
right.
the law. But nonetheless,
Exactly.
this is what I think.
Okay.
I think we need to build ourselves up economically,
Okay.
so we have a position of financial leverage
Okay.
to demand the things that we. If our money was organized, we could put pressure on government and big business to make the concessions we need. But coming from a position of weakness, meaning economically disorganized, it's
Right.
going to be difficult to demand anything because you have no power to put behind it to pinch the powers that be to release the funds of the land that you need. So I believe we're entitled to it after we build up ourselves economically. Reorganize. See, the issue with the reparations movement is they're saying white people give us the money while we're broke.
Right.
But if you're broke demanding reparations, you will never get it because you have no economic leverage to use to demand it.
Okay.
Everything is about a power relationship.
Right.
Our relationship with white folk is based on power. You're saying you owe me. White folks know that. But then the second question must be, what are you going to do if I don't give it to you?
Exactly.
So without no economic leverage, we'll never get reparations. Internal always precedes external. Until we internally repair, the external won't even matter. Because what will happen, the white man to give you the reparations, he could give you $1 trillion today. White people will be $1 trillion richer tomorrow because you have no economic infrastructure. So the problem with the reparations movement is nobody's pushing internal repair before the payout. Because if they pay you out before the internal repair, it's going right back out to the oppressor.
If we were to march, not on the Civil Rights Memorial, but upon that which represents the Civil Rights Memorial,
Should we have
a march on the Southern Poverty Law Center for representation, for reparations?
Okay.
Here's the thing, the Southern Poverty Law Center funded by white folk. I don't think we need it at all. We got enough young black attorneys and seasoned veteran attorneys out here where we can build our own unapologetically African law front. You follow?
Johnny Cochran was the last.
Yeah. Yeah. That's why they killed John, because he was about to push that reparations piece. He was too legitimate and too mainstream. They would have had to respond. So they had to kill him. Brain aneurysm. Khalid Muhammad, brain aneurysm. Whenever they want to kill you, they blame it on the brain aneurysm so it looked like it's your medical condition when it was really a hit. But I think we need to tap into our own internal resources. We got the lawyers, bring them to the table, force them to do the work. We're going to have to pay them because a lot of them are bourgeois Negroes. They're not going to do nothing for free. This is the way it go. You know what I mean? But let's use the internal. Don't tap the external, because once you tap the external, you're going to have to compromise. And the first thing you're going to have to compromise is your unapologetically African position, because once you start dealing with white folks, you got to go multicultural. We can afford that. We cannot dilute our coffee. It needs to stay super black and super strong. Now is the time for us to stand out, not blend in. If we stay blend in, they will kill us without nobody even realizing it, because we're hiding behind a multicultural banner. Push the black agenda.
Should we organize, real quick, should we organize around our zip codes? Should we organize with statistics that show the black community? For instance, like what we're doing here in Power, should we form our own government within a government, empowerments within the nations, within the communities, like Empower 36105, Empower 36116, and the communities organize around that, so everyone will know, each one of these guys here will know where to go to join, to organize, to form our own government within this nation and represent our own people.
Yes, we got to organize. We got to have independent communities as far as being independent from America to the fullest extent possible. A sovereign nation will never allow another sovereign nation within its boundaries. So the whole argument of us being a sovereign nation amongst a larger sovereign nation, that contradicts sovereignty. The very principle of sovereignty, there's only one sovereign on a given land. Once you have two people, it's no longer sovereignty. That's something else. That's collaboration. You see, remember the white man fought the Civil War. He killed his own brother so the country wasn't split into two. So if the white man will kill his own brother, the bloodiest war until Vietnam, to keep America a single nation, he damn sure ain't gonna let black folks separate nothing. You see. So what we got to do is we got to organize economically, politically, but we also got to remember Black Wall Street. We got to remember Rosewood. We got to remember Wilmington, which is to say that even when we fix our problems, we're not done, because then he comes to destroy. So once we have created the blueprint for the independent black community of the future, we now have to expatriate that community to an African-dominated country. So whether that's Central South America and the Caribbean, obviously my vote would be Africa because of the resources and the geopolitical power and position of Africa. But you cannot have a permanent black power base in America that white folks will accept, because black power is a contradiction and an undermining of white power. So once we have the blueprint, we got to move it on out here. There's no such thing as staying in America as an empowered people. You're going to have to go to war every day with the white man.
So you don't believe in dual citizenship? Citizens here,
I do believe in dual citizenship. I do believe in dual citizenship because we still need the freedom to travel as necessary. See, I would never want you to move to Africa, give up your quasi-citizenship, because I need you to be able to get back into this country when you got to organize. You see, I go to Africa, give up my U.S. citizen, W.E.B. Du Bois. Du Bois gave it up. He can never come back in the country now unless you get a visa. So let's not lock ourselves out, because if we Pan-Africanism is Africa and everywhere else. You still got to be able to travel and organize. So the dual citizenship piece is the key. But a lot of African countries are scared of it because they studied Liberia and Sierra Leone, how the formerly enslaved Africans went back home to build an independent community, and we became the white man in blackface over the indigenous African. Remember, the indigenous African had to fight the Africans from America that the American Colonization Society sent over there after the Civil War, you understand? Because they wanted to come to Liberia and dictate policy. This ain't even your country. So look at this, look at the irony. We left oppression looking for freedom and became the oppression and took somebody else's freedom. So Africans are scared of that because they say, we let these black folk with all their money and all their education come over here, they're going to do the same thing. They're going to dominate us. So they scared. So we got to let them know that our mindset is in the right place, which is why everybody don't go to Africa. Everybody not going, because they will cause too many problems. You mess around and start a civil war over there because you got the wrong Negro saying the wrong thing out of his mouth. You got to pick and choose who goes over there because the relationship is too delicate. The trust is too suspect for us to, one Negro can mess it up for the next 100 years. I'm handpicking people who go with me. You just ain't getting on the bus with your white wife, your perm, and your basketball. Keep that shit here.
Thank you, family. Presenting Dr. Umar Johnson. This is what we need for our future, and this is the way we should go. All right. Appreciate you. God bless. It's fine. What do y'all think about the event tonight?
Great.
It's great.
Very interesting. I thought the event was very interesting. I think it's powerful because it drew out so many people. And to have that many people in one room, it creates an opportunity for a mass level of change in Birmingham. So I think the personality brought out the people. Now we just have to actually do the work.
And to her point, it was more for me the quality of the people. I've never seen in Birmingham such a large number of good quality black people I would actually consider building with. You know, that was the most refreshing part.
Queen over here.
I'm excited to look up more. I just recently found out about Dr. Umar Johnson, definitely, and I'm excited to pull out my phone and see what else he's done. You know, he's got some great topics, some heavy topics, you know, something to think about. So I'll definitely be doing my research and deciding, you know, my end of thoughts on everything.
Family, look look at these beautiful queens, what would you want the black man to do for you?
I think the men need to realize the power in themselves that they hold. I know there's a lot of negativity going toward them, but I think they need to just realize that that's not who they are, and realize their own identity, and just work and work toward that and achieve that goal. There's so much power in the black male. Oh my goodness, so much power, and I feel like all the adversity that you're going to hold you down because people see it. They understand it and they're afraid of it. What happens when you realize your own potential, when you recognize the strength in what you have inside you? It's going to be too much. They can't handle it, which is why they're shooting and they're killing and they're trying to do away with it. That's why they're locking you up in jail and making sure that you can't find jobs to provide for your family because they don't want you there. They know that once you reach your full potential, everything else is around.
We need to be balanced. When we talk about the black man, we also have to talk about the black woman. The power of black men has to be used in an organized fashion. So whatever it is you want to do, whether you want to make music or whether you want to be an engineer or you want to be an attorney, make sure that you're translating that directly into your community. Because as a man, that speaks volumes. And then I would say for the woman on the other end, do the same thing, but also be that supportive structure. We also have to organize internally as women to make sure that we can support a man's ambition to want to do for his community because that takes so much energy and so much passion, which is innate in the black man, but it has to be, harnessed.
Thank you, sisters, queens. Thank you for your help. I'm sure a lot of men were inspired by that. We thank you. God bless.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. I just got through talking with some queens. I want to hear what the black men have to say about it.
I think it's powerful. I think we need more people like Dr. Umar, like the brother that got shot down in Charleston, like a brother up in Detroit that's a senator. We need people to speak that harsh truth. You know, that comfortable lie is getting us nowhere. Tased, we get no matter what we do. You know, hands up. What happened? Get in the car accident. What happened? Go home, sweet tea and Skittles, got on the hoodie, music too loud. Oh, what if you're a little girl in the bed asleep? No, you could be on the playground playing with a toy gun. What about go to Walmart? Do that? Oh, no, go to jail and be a veteran. No, be butt naked with your hands up and be a veteran and say don't kill me. What about having your hands behind your back? Oh, I'm sorry. I'll find something eventually. But we can't even go to the pool. Our kids literally can't go to the pool in this country. Literally, they get their arms broken and guns pointed at them, and their jaws right now. This is America. This is the harsh truth. We need to stop with this comfortable lie that we've been selling, that we've been living, and face this reality that we got.
Your shirt say Black Lives Matter.
Oh yeah, represent.
In response to Dr. Umar Johnson, what do you think? What do you think about the event tonight?
We stand in solidarity with him and his message, and we stand in solidarity with him and his message. We just know that we the new government. We can't depend on the government to protect us. So we just really want to organize in the community around economics, around political power. We can run our own communities. Like my brother said, we get the solar panels out. It's a lot of stuff that we can do. So we don't really need this form of government because it has never worked for us. So we can fool ourselves and think that it is. So we just need to organize, like you said, by zip codes, and by city, by towns, and by states, so we can get everybody involved. Because if we get the whole Alabama or the whole South involved, that's a lot of
we have forums in the city teaching people how to grow their own foods with the Muslims, with the Black Panther Party, Black Lives Matter, we call One House. We've been going around cleaning up communities, passing out information. We are really building something, and so we have. In order for us to build it, though, we have to step outside of that comfort box. We got to step outside of what separates us. You know, that's what the group One House was founded off of. We got the Hebrew Israelites, the Commission cats, the Nation of Islam brothers, the Christians. We got all these people that's like, I'm right, all right. I'm right, instead of saying what's right. We spend so much time arguing about who is right instead of trying to figure out what is right. We trying to move in one direction for our people. We can at least agree on that we black. People that look like us all around the world are going through the same thing all over the world. In Israel, the Aboriginal people in Australia, right? The people in India. What about the people in Dominican Republic right now? Like, where is it not ethnic cleansing or some form of white supremacy being enforced against white people?
We are the new government. And so whatever's not getting done in your community, you can do what you need to be done in your community.
We gonna have
so
to
we
say
definitely got
this.
to organize, teaching brothers about their rights, everything, so people know the proper procedure when they do get pulled off. A lot of people don't know what to do, so they be like, you search my car, and they'll have like weed in the car.
Right.
Like, that's a whole nother story.
Right, know the law.
Yeah,
it's like a Black Panther Party.
We've led here in Birmingham, right down the street at the federal courthouse. We've led armed demonstrations here, teaching people about the gun laws and rights. We've done that down here. We go around telling with copies of the Constitution, telling people what they can and can't do. Did you hear about the dude that got tased at the Black Lives Matter protest down here in Birmingham? Millions of views on Facebook, man.
Wow.
That was him, man.
Yeah, that was
you?
me. Really? Like, I just had those charges dismissed, but I know the law. Like that thing at the federal courthouse, bro, that was me.
Family, when you get time, check out this video by Mercutio Southall. It is awe-inspiring. You should really circulate this.
I learned from history, you know what I'm saying, what Emmett Till's mother said. I'm not going to wait till it's my son
Before I get involved.
Right. That was on July 4th. I chose that day for a reason. Why the fuck are we celebrating freedom? What the fuck do we got to celebrate about? We can't even pop firecrackers. That's what we need. We need people to stop talking.
Right.
We need people to
action.
That's why, like, all these fucking
exactly.
politicians, all these, I'm just being honest, these ministers, these politicians that's speaking this bullshit and not getting out there and doing the work. We tired of. That's why they took my company that I had away from me, bro. They took my company, they took my motorcycle in Homewood when they tased me and stuff. All this stuff you find on video, bro. I'm not lying. So I have
representation. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I mean, I just beat the case in Homewood. The ones in Birmingham have been ongoing for over a year. But they took my company, my weapons, my pistol permit, driver's license, bro. I homeless, like real shit, bro. I swear to God. In Homewood, they took my
representation, right?
I have it now, but still, you know, that's an ongoing process, bro. They took everything from me, and I'm just shit. I work a minimum wage, not a minimum wage, a little bit above minimum wage. I got children, you know what I'm saying? I know that I would not be able to live for myself. If there's anything that I can do to change what's going on in this world for my sons, if there's anything that I can do while there's breath left in my body, I need to do it. I'm not going to sit idly by and let this shit continue. That's why they
want to invite everybody to a protest we're having at McDonald's on Monday about 12 o'clock because I'm organizing Raise Up 15, raising the minimum wage of the fast food workers. And on the 30th, the city council will vote to raise the minimum wage to $10.10.
Which McDonald's? The corporate office?
No,
the franchise office?
No, the McDonald's between University and St. Vincent.
St. Vincent, okay.
That's
the revolution, like, we're not playing. Like, I'm headed to Charleston, South Carolina, because I just got that territory too. And so I'm gonna go to the church, make sure to just go there and serve, man. Right. Let them know that we stand in solidarity.
Be up there tomorrow.
Yeah, you're gonna be up there tomorrow.
That's what's up.
Yeah, but we're gonna let people know, like, you know, we stand in solidarity with Baltimore, with any form of injustice against black people, though. And we know this.
We're trying to organize Montgomery, Tuskegee, and Selma, getting 500 men.
Selma.
Yes, yes, sir.
We born in Selma.
That's what's up.
Yeah,
that's what's up.
We about to go meet with a sister from the Panther Party, right? Big group of our people, which we know are Christians.
Right.
I think it's the wake-up call that we need to see, like, hey, there's no sanctuary.
Right.
This is real.
It's real.
You know, we gotta do it for us. You know, if Einstein said the definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over, expecting different results, so why the hell are we doing this same thing?
Right.
Marching, protesting, trying to fight within the laws, trying to fight within the constraints that they give us, like Malcolm X said, why would you do that?
Right.
Why are we still doing it?
Give a shout out to Empower TV. We just want to let you know Power TV is the voice of the people. A lot of times you hear a lot of media is created by other people. But you see us talking right now, so you can see that we are this Power TV is the voice of the people. So whatever Power TV doing, support them. Whatever they need from you, just give it to them because they deserve it. Because nobody else is out here.
Yes, sir.
So we got to create our own media so we can tell our own story. Be blessed.
Come on, shout out to Empower TV of Montgomery, Alabama. Make sure y'all watch Empower. Support Empower. They got that news, that information, that consciousness that you need. This is Dr. Umar Johnson, Black Community's #1 school psychologist, the Prince of Pan-Africanism. Make sure you support me.